Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Kupz, the universe. And I was just having a moment, so I turned my camera on. And I was thinking, when I studied Egyptian, right, I started seeing like the colors of the trees, the leaves. I started eating leaves off the trees. We found out what trees was food, right? We was eating it. Natural tree, right up. Everybody walk past it. You can eat the shit. It's like lettuce, right? And I started like those type of energies, learning words of power. I started understanding the mind and the mental action of the mind, right? Which is infinite spirit, right? And also governed by the eternal sun, right? Um, when I was doing like, let's say Islam, I was just listening to Islam hymns. I don't even need to know the words. I prefer not to know what the Islam, when the Quran is being read in their language, I prefer not to know what they're saying. I listen to it as a melody, a vibration. It vibrates with me. God is in that vibration. Same thing with Egypt. There was a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? Everything gets perverted because every what you want to call becomes a religion, right? Is after a whole bunch of people adopt it and then they commercialize it, right? Even Christianity. I mastered the astral world through Christianity. My dreams was crazy ever since I was little. Why? Because I was always into Christianity from the beginning, right? Like, I'm just giving you the upbringing, but it was always Muslims around me, right? So respect everything, right? But I'm just want to say this. Like, I've been the most peaceful self, the most unbothered self of me comes from Buddhism, from studying their Buddhism. Buddhism teaches you peace, seriously. And it also teaches you accountability. But listen, we know that religions come from people that popularize groups, rituals and groups, cultures, and then commercialize it and then monetize it or use it for like to gain control over people for some interior motive, right? So that we're not talking about, we know what that is. Everyone, we all know. Shout out to all the conscious community as far as everyone that's trying to make a change, whether in themselves or in the world, right? But what I'm trying to say to the world, right? This is not for my conscious community. This is not for my peoples that's like me, right? This is for the others, right? Y'all religions are just the same God through different filters. Some of your religions, most of your religions, there's some people that's in power that equate your same religions with the devils and shit, Satans and shit. But because it just says the word God, it can be anybody, right? That's how they do it. Like, I'm just telling you, this is how you could have Christians in government, right? Who, at the same time, right, get caught doing nefarious, grimy stuff. And I'm not saying that people are not going to be people. I'm saying like they do demonic stuff, but then in the face of what you see them is like a Christian thing. Remember, mind you, they separated church and state. So it's a reason for that. Where it was like, yo, separate whatever. Because they knew that the true God, the true living spirit, was a motivator. And was someone that, like, not someone, but an energy that, like, did not like that free will of it. That free will inside of every one person. Or it's like, nah, I can't. It always fights against constriction. The wrong constriction. So I just want y'all to all know that y'all all looking through the same thing through different filters, right? So imagine looking at me. Imagine 7 different people looking at me through 7 different glasses. But one person see me this way. One person see me with 7 arms. The next person see me with like a face. The next person see me like just hands. The next person can't see me, but feel me, right? Could feel the heat or the vibration, right? Now, to all these people, they're going to go separate, right? And be like, yo, this is what I saw, make books, make things. Now, depending on how intuitive this person is and how intellectual this person is, right? They're gonna the better the material gonna be, right? And then over time, it grows. Most people in their town, like, they argue with each other. Oh, I don't like that. That's new. Go back to the old. It's always been people that loved the old before the new came in. There's always resistance when something new comes in versus the old. And then there's always like the old fade away and the new take place. But then it becomes like the new replaces the old, and then the new becomes old, and then something else new comes in. I'm just giving y'all the cycle that y'all always stuck in. Because now these 7 people can make these 7 different things looking at me and seeing me differently. And then the people that don't know mastery of self can also be like, yo, well, guess what? We want to fight against those people because that's not how minds look. Like, that's some other stuff, right? Mind you, this all the same energy, right? Now, there are different energies. So I can't even say that some of y'all may not be worshiping different energies and saying it's the same energy. But overall, everything that you worship, whether it's the actual or the artificial or the children of the actual or the artificial children, is still all linked to the source. So no matter what you want to say, when we look at the biggest picture, it's all one thing. Spirituality is just the practice of it. And spirituality is also the breathing. So it's just the practice of it. It's just the practice of living. Which means if breath is spirit and spirit is breath and breath is spirituality, then that means we're walking spiritualities. We're walking examples of spirituality because as we breathe. So that means spirit is not necessarily in us, the bodies. That means our energy is in the atmosphere. It's just here. It's just the air. It's just what we breathing in is the spirit. The water is also the spirit. It's like different variations of the spirit, And so I just want to give y'all that energy because then Kemet talks about the mind, which is spirit. You understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? Basically, y'all need to stop fighting with each other because y'all all fighting over a different interpretation of an observation of similar things and different understandings based on y'all different dialects and y'all different mental capacities. That's it. That's all. And I'm going to keep it real. The whole thing that started this off is because my beads broke today, but I just fixed it. But I still got to fix it. Right? And I found myself getting really upset. And then I listened to some Buddha stuff, and it's like I realized, like, yo, it was when I was listening to the Buddha energy when I was really calm. If I get into Islam, I be on my warrior shit, straight up. I get into my Christ shit, I get on my warrior shit. Because I didn't like how y'all wrote that story out. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all just was able to hang that nigga, put that nigga on a cross. That's some shit y'all would do to a melanated person. And since he was bronze skin, he was copper colored. At the end of the day, that energy is a metaphor for other things. We all know at the highest level what it is. So what I mean to say with this is that the filters that y'all look through are all kind of a little bit dirty. The speck in your eye blocks the clearness of the filters that you look through. Because you always want to take the speck out of someone else's eye, not your own. So I'm going to take it out my own. You see what I'm saying? By saying that I realize which aspects of which denominations, of which light codes, which manifest through which people, which is corrupted by which people. And it just shows me that I'm at my best when I'm at peace. Yo, shout out to Dan Calloway, right? That's my bro. That's my bro from another state, right? It's dead up. I'm not even lying. The fact that he brought so much facts forth, like he enlightened me to a lot of things as far as the land is concerned, right? Because, these people try to keep me in the dark, like the world try to keep me in the dark. So dang, boom, here you go, wake up. Yo, bro, he was showing these videos about these alien things, yo. And that's why I never seen it until I seen him show it. I didn't see that on TikTok, but I know it's on TikTok. So shout out to him for showing me that. That face, the little spaceships flying. They was gonna try to do the fake Okay, remember in the 50s when they did with the radio, when the radio first became the new thing, and how they broadcasted the War of the Worlds and tried to make it seem like there was an alien invasion that they was fighting, and people actually believed it? They're trying to do that again, but with the enhancements, with the deep fakes, like the bro said. We all know about the deep fakes. I was one of the people that spoke on it too, and that's why I kind of chilled out, because I had to figure out a way to be like, wait a minute, if they could just put me in anything, I got to make sure that if they do put me in anything, that wherever I am at actually is like solidified enough to be able to prove me being there. So then it's going to be like, how's he in two places at once? That's how you beat a deep fake video. You have to absolutely have proof of where you at all times so that way they know that you wasn't there. Feel me? But as far as holograms and blue beam, they was dead ass gonna do that, bro. I wouldn't doubt that that's what they're doing. They seeded the atmosphere with all the chemtrails. So they made the whole atmosphere that's like barium oxide, some other stuff, right? Beryllium or something like that. I forget because it's been a while since I've been studying it. But basically, they done made the whole sky a screen. You can reflect anything off the little metal particles that's floating up there that they drop through the chemtrails, that they seed these clouds with. So the clouds are even the reflectors now. So I'm telling you, my bro, Dane, you on to something. I'm thinking this, okay? Now listen, I could be wrong. I could be right. I know this YouTube stuff. They funny. I know how they act. They be treating me like that. They be deleting my joints and smiling, right? And I'm just going to let it go because I've been listening to my Buddha energy, right? So whatever. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, it's very possible. At this very moment, the technology that they have is very possible for them to put a robot exoskeleton in a fleshy skin suit with a goddamn AI brain and your face on it, and then deep fake it to make it look absolutely real, even though it's going to look absolutely real. They got so many different angles that they could play when it comes to framing somebody in these times now. So you have to move accordingly now. You have to move with caution. If it's not none of those, which is we already been known, like, listen, sovereignty ain't no joke. I always say this shit. They always think I'm joking. Yo, son, if this is for real, they coming because y'all playing with us. And I'm out here screaming it out, and they didn't know that. They must have been lied to too, right? By the people of this world. Like, yo, we're the chosen people. We obviously the ones that won. We was the ones granted this inheritance. Yes, yes. And now when they hear me screaming to the top of my lungs, the frequencies is being picked up out there somehow with all, and now they all tuned into the earth like, yo, what's up? If this is real, that's what I believe is happening. And now they like, yo, and if they really following the president's plane and flying over his crib and all that, it's because the powder wigs will fly one day soon. Y'all got to stop lying to people. Y'all got to release people. Y'all got to do my people right. My people are not just human beings. If this is for real. My ancestors are not all just human people looking. You know what I'm saying? I believe that there's all over them. I mean, everything is connected to me. So at the same time, when we speak like this, right, it's like for y'all to get the message that, like, if you don't change what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, it may be a really big problem for you guys. And so 2 ways this is going to go. One, if you see aliens coming to Earth and it's for real, and you melanated like me, and you Spanish, and you like indigenous, you probably good. They're not their ancestors. They're not tripping on us. They're going to be just like everybody. Mind you, I've heard about Muslim stories about them in wars with people and the spaceships being in the back of the mountains and stuff. Ask any Muslim. They'll tell you about this, right? So if that's the case, and this is war that's going on, they could be here for that reason too. I don't know. I'm just giving you all of what I think in here and what I've been hearing in the past and how I put a little thing together, what it can may be. So blue beam, definitely possible. They've been seeding the clouds with the chemtrails for the longest, probably still are. They can project anything in that sky and make it look like something. I wouldn't be surprised if that fire in New York, the clouds being orange, wasn't a blue beam thing. Because just because it's blue beam doesn't mean that the hologram have to be blue, you know? Then also, if it's for real, it's like, they like, yo, y'all messed up. They owe them. And because we are free now, remember, we were supposed to be slaves to them. Why? Because they was giving us to them, probably, right? But no, they're not all bad, right? And I feel like if they are for real, if this is really happening, that these are the ones that's like, nah, we got they back. We got those chosen ones back, the 144s back. We got the people that's standing up. This is not like the old days. So when people think they got an edge, like things just start happening. We got spirit energies. We got, you know what I mean, other looking thing energies. And I would just say that I feel like this is just an example of that. So it could be one of those two things. Again, like I said, I don't know what it is, and don't take my word for it, because I am just speaking my mind, my opinion. Okay? If you agree with my opinion, cool. All right? But I don't want them to make them think like I'm trying to incite stuff, because they always try to make me seem like I incite everything, like I'm the cause of it all, right? Like, yo, so I just wanted to have that talk with y'all real quick, because I was talking and running my mouth, and I felt like I should drop something. All right? Everybody stay loved, stay great. Make sure you tell somebody else that you love them. I'm gotta work through forgiving everything and everything. See, knowing too much sometimes is hard to forgive when you know things and you can but we're gonna be forgiven. We forgiven. All right. I can't forget shit, but I'll forgive. But I just need. Know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, this is just a different vibe. So, yo, everybody have a great day out there. Be blessed. Be safe. You know what I mean? Enjoy the days that's coming for all the little children. You know what I'm saying? And I'll holla at y'all, man. Yo, I'm about to drop another little freestyle. I'm about to cook another beat. Not mine, just somebody that raps. So I'm just, you know me. I'm freestyling on somebody's beat. So get ready to hear me cook it, because I took it back to back in the day, like how I used to cook it back when I used to battle rap in the streets and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I went in. I feel like I went in on this one. So I'm going to try to really execute it like that so it can translate into that. All right? So everybody stay good. It's Kupz the Universe, a.k.a. Polar Lounge, a.k.a. P. Mossberg, and I'm out. One love, wholeness.